Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's KimComplete. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like this video, check out the links in the description bar, and subscribe. And here's the video. First off, I wanted to say how excited I am about how my channel performed in February. I got 20 people to share my content with their friends, which is amazing. All I really want with this channel is for me sharing my journey to maybe help or inspire someone else. So sharing is a great way to get that information out. I also gained 100 subscribers. Thank you very much. And almost 4,000 views. Like, that's amazing in just 1 month. I'm gonna keep making videos because I keep getting things requested, and there's a lot to talk about, honestly. Definitely subscribe if you're interested in this sort of content because I will be making more. So this video, I will be divulging my top 10 secrets to being successful. So if you want to learn more about that, just watch all the way through to get all 10 tips, and one of them is a twofer. My first tip to being successful is to first start off by defining success for yourself. This is a huge point, so I'm starting my list off with this as my absolute number one. You can have people in your life suggest things that mean success to them, but I definitely think it's the wrong path to just listen to someone else and follow another person's lifestyle or recommended path for life, because there is only one you. You're only going to live your life. You're not going to live someone else's life, and someone else is not going to live your life for you. So what you need to do is figure out what makes you happy and how you define success, and that will be your guiding path in your life. Let's start focusing a little bit on ourselves in 2020. It's all going to be about self-care. Don't worry about everybody else and what someone else is doing. Focus on you and what you need to be happy in your life. Alright, my number 2 tip is to set a goal, make a plan to achieve that goal, and then do it. So this is kind of like 3 in 1, but in order to be successful, you have to do something. You don't really get successful by getting things handed to you, and even if you are so blessed to get things falling into your lap, you still have to manage those items and put them to use. I could inherit $1 million tomorrow, and then I could gamble it all away at a casino. Or I could invest my money in myself or the stock market or literally anything else to make myself more money or sustain that. I have lots of choices in my life, as you do in yours. So definitely, number 2 is you have to make a goal. You have to have something attainable, something that you're working towards. You have to make a realistic plan to achieve that goal. You can't make things happen overnight for the most part. And then lastly, you have to work for it. Simple as that. If you want something, you gotta go get it. Anything worth the prize is worth the effort. My number 3 tip is to not compare yourself to others. This is also a really big one that's really important to me because I spent many years of my life comparing myself and my situation and where I'm at to what I see other people doing, especially on social media. Please, please, please take a moment of your time and reassess your relationship with social media. Most of the time, people only put out the good or positive things in their life. A lot of people are not going to talk about the hardships, and even so, if they do, they might not really go into detail how painful or traumatic or effective those things were in their lives. So I just really want you to be conscious of if you're consuming too much of the media from other people's lives, and if you're letting that affect your own feelings and emotions. And if so, unplug. I did it for almost a year, and it was amazing to me. I never looked at social media the same way ever again. Prior to unplugging, I would spend at least an hour in my bed every night before going to sleep, just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and seeing all these like vacation pictures. And at the time I couldn't afford to go on a really nice vacation, or someone getting a promotion and I had been job hunting for 2 years. So there's just so many things wrong about social media. So whatever you do, don't compare yourself to others. Again, you have to live your life. No one else is going to live it for you, and you're not going to live someone else's life. Number 4 is celebrate every little win. Whatever it is that you're doing, I'm pretty sure you have little roadblocks or setbacks along the way, and also moments that are super inspiring and encouraging and make you keep wanting to move forward until you reach that final end goal. And what you really owe to yourself is to take a moment out and celebrate those wins. Anytime anything goes a little bit in your favor, don't be ashamed of celebrating and talking about it and getting excited, because sometimes that's really what you need to keep that motivation going. And also, you worked for it, you earned it, you deserve it. So definitely have fun at your celebration. And this one is a twofer. So 4.5 will be learn from those roadblocks and setbacks that you occurred along the way and on your journey. Because almost every single time you're going to learn a lesson that will keep you on your straight path even longer. So if you did fail or mess up at all, usually you can pull from experience and figure out why that happened and correct it moving forward. I feel like every day that you get to wake up is a blessing. You must have done something right the night before. So definitely reflect on your past to help you move forward. Number 5 is be consistent. You will never reach your goal that you have set for yourself if you don't keep waking up every day, keep getting back to the grind, and keep working for it. As I said in number 2, you have to actually do it. So you can't expect that things are going to work out the way you want if you don't stick to your schedule that you have planned for yourself. You put all this work together, you figured out a way to make it happen. So what you really need to do is wake up every day and recommit to yourself that you're going to do what needs to be done. And when I said celebrate those little wins, what I don't recommend is celebrating with time off. So if I'm teaching myself a new language and I'm working at it every single day for say 3 weeks, and then I'm finally able to make a sentence and I say it to a native speaking friend and they tell me that sounded fantastic, and I celebrate that win and I say, I'm not gonna have to do any more work for a week. That'll be my treat to myself. I don't recommend doing that, because really you're not doing yourself a favor, you're doing yourself a disservice by allowing what you've learned to escape your head. So you don't want to backtrack, because why are you doing all of this work if you're just gonna lose it all and then have to do it all over again? That's gonna make you lose motivation, as you're gonna get these thoughts in your head that maybe you're not able to retain the information that you're taking in or the new skills that you're learning. Number 6 is going to be intentional. Now, I'm sure you've probably heard this before and just didn't quite know how it fit into your personal life. Or at least that was the case for me for many years. I heard be intentional. I didn't really get it. But what it means to me is that when you do wake up and you recommit to yourself and you recommit to your goal and you plan out the things you're going to do for the day, don't let filler items come into your schedule. Every single move that you make needs to be focused towards your goal. So I know 100% of your time is not going to be spent on, learning a new language or a new skill or whatnot. You're going to have moments where you have dinner, or you're hanging out with friends, or doing literally anything else. But what you need to do, are the things that you choose to put in your life, must be in some way either contributing or at least not deterring from your end game. What I mean by that is, in my personal experience, I have kids So I have a lot of times where I don't focus on myself for the day, and I'm doing a lot of things like packing bags or lunches or getting them baths or dressed or doing hair, scheduling birthday parties, things like that. But those things are not taking away from my end goal of bettering myself. If anything, while I'm doing those activities, I'm thinking about how what I'm doing will improve their lives. One thing that will distract me from my end goal are things that could become a new habit or a new routine. So if I have a friend message me and say, hey, we should do brunch every Sunday morning, and Sunday mornings are usually when I do my studying, what you don't want to do is just say, okay, I'll do that with you and I'll push my thing to the side or reschedule it. That's not being intentional to your goal. Yes, you're allowed to do other things, but don't let it get yourself off track of what you really want to do. Everything you do needs to be contributing to, or at least not taking away from, what your end game is. Number 7 is going to be work hard, play hard. And I mean it, truthfully. While you're celebrating those little wins, that's not what I consider playing hard, because it's a little win, so you should do a little celebration. But I mean those moments where you have really, really committed to your craft and you've put in weeks or even months of just straight hard work, putting aside all other distractions, all other self-care, everything on the back burner. What you really need to do then is to take an equal amount of effort in planning something to relax yourself and take that stress off and really get back in center. Because if you just work all the time, you can easily get burnt out, and then you're not going to want to finish or even pick back up later. If you work hard, that will make your reward that much more rewarding. Hey, it works. So definitely work hard, play hard, have that hustle mentality. Number 8 is going to be move in silence. What I mean by this is that you do not need to announce your every step, move, thought, plan, or process to everyone in your inner circle. I'm a huge believer in speaking something into existence and the law of attraction, but when you preemptively tell people what you are planning to do, you become locked into those as sort of a soft commitment. So what you don't want to do is tell somebody something before you've really thought it out or really committed yourself to it, and then you feel pressured to obtain that goal really fast and in a really impressive way so that you can look good for them. At that point, your goal doesn't become about you anymore. It becomes about impressing them. And what you don't need is the approval of others. All you need to do is make you happy. Going back to 2020 being the year of self-care, focus on you. Don't worry about anybody else. Don't tell everybody what you're planning to do or what you might do or what you're thinking about doing. If you really need to vent and get it out there, okay. But really don't make a habit of consulting somebody else every time you're about to make a move. Because not everybody needs to know. Let them be pleasantly surprised. Number 9 is going to be a piggyback off of number 8. Speak it into existence. So you don't need to speak it publicly, but speak it to yourself. What I want you to do is to make a list of affirmations to yourself, and not to be cheesy or corny or anything, because literally you don't have to share it with anybody, so there's no way it can be cheesy or corny. Only you are going to read these or listen to these at all. And it has to be at least 3 sentences of things that get you motivated, excited, and refocused on your goal. And what I would recommend is that you say these to yourself every morning when you wake up and every night before you go to bed. And it could be something as simple as, I am strong, I am beautiful, I am worthy. That's a very cliche one that I've heard, but if those words mean something to you, by all means, that's your affirmation. You need something to hold on to sometimes and remind you that you are capable and you are a bad bitch. I'm not gonna say that. Along with that, once you have those affirmations and you have yourself built up and excited to tackle the day, you have to, again, be intentional. You have to say the things that you want. I am going to learn this language. I am going to get that job. I am going to get rid of the toxic people in my life. You have to say it and you have to believe it. You have to feel it in your body, in your soul, until you get tingly about it. That's when you're speaking something into existence. That's when it's becoming real and you are intaking all of those positive messages for yourself. And the universe will reward you. I promise. In due time. Just be patient. And number 10 is one of my personal favorites, is give back to your fellow neighbor. What I mean by this is that we all need to come together and just lift each other up. No more negativity. There's no room for it. It's exhausting. Maybe it's because I'm in my late 20s and I'm at that point where I'm kind of over other people's BS, but you really don't get anything from being negative or keeping all the secrets for yourself. Hence why I'm revealing this video. These are things that I've learned along the way, and I wish someone had told me when I was coming through some hard times. I get really upset when I think about how many people in this world don't know a certain skill simply because the hundreds of thousands of people who know this skill will not share their tips and tricks on it. I'm a fan of giving back. Honestly, what I really want to do most in life is to open up a code camp for kids, because if there were more of those around when I was a child, I would have gotten into programming a lot earlier and I would have been better than I am now. And I would have like a better job and all this and that. But then again, you know, butterfly effect, I don't know how that would have changed my life. So I try not to look back on what could have been, because also I love where I'm at right now. I consider myself successful because I wake up every day and I am happy. To me, that's my definition of success. As long as I can do what I gotta do to make sure me and mine are good, then I've got the utmost success in life. That's my number 10, is give back to others. Whether it's in the form of like donations, money, writing a blog, simply helping a friend that you personally know, or maybe making a video on YouTube in hopes that it reaches the masses. Whatever you do, whatever you know, whatever you're good at, share it and be proud of it. That wraps up my 10 secrets for success. I really hope that it helps you in your life. Please let me know if you're going to adopt any of these things, or if you have anything that you feel that would have been nice to add on to this list. I love getting feedback, I honestly do. Also, some of you may have noticed that I have a new computer behind me, and I'm going to do a desk/office setup video very soon. I'm not sure exactly when because my schedule is crazy, but it will be out eventually and I'll share that all with you. In the meantime, like this video, check out all my links in the description bar, check out one of my other videos that I have, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and share with your friends. Thanks again for watching my video. Bye!